Hi everyone. I'm going to be sharing with you some magic words that can change women's life. Before starting, please subscribe to my channel. One way to express love emotionally to use words that build up. Solomon, the author of the ancient Hebrew wisdom literature, wrote, "The tongue has the power of life and death." Too many couples have never learned the tremendous power of verbally affirming each other. Solomon further noted, "An anxious heart weighs a man down, but a kind word cheers him up." Verbal compliments, or words of appreciation, are powerful calm communicators of love. They are best expressed in simple, straightforward statements of affirmation, such as, "You look sharp in that suit." "Do you ever look hot in that dress?" "Wow. I'll really like how you always on time to pick me up at work." "Thanks for getting the babysitter lined up tonight. I want you to know I don't take that for granted." "I'll love how you are so responsible. I feel like I can count on you." What would happen to the emotional climate of a marriage if the husband and wife heard such words of affirmation regularly? Several years ago, I was sitting in my office with my door open. A lady walking down the hall said, "Have you got a minute?" "Sure, come in." She sat down and said, "Dr. Chapman, I've got a problem. I can't get my husband to paint our bedroom. I have been after him for 9 months. I have tried everything I know, and I can't get him to paint it." My first thought was, "Lady, you are in the wrong place. I am not a paint contractor." But I said, "Tell me about it." She said, "Well, last Saturday was a good example. Do you remember how pretty it was? Do you know what my husband did all day long? He worked on updating his computer. So what did you do?" Elle went in there and said, "Dan, I don't understand you. Today would have been a perfect day to paint the bedroom, and here you are working on your computer." "So did he paint the bedroom?" I inquired. "No. It's still not painted. I don't know what to do." "Let me ask you a question," I said. "Are you opposed to computers?" "No, but I want the bedroom painted." "Are you certain that your husband knows that you want the bedroom painted?" "Elle, no, he does," she said. "I have been after him for 9 months. Let me ask you one more question. Does your husband ever do anything good?" "Like what?" "Oh, like taking the garbage out, or getting bugs off the windshield of the car you drive, or putting gas in the ear, or paying the electric bill, or hanging up his coat?" "Yes," she said, "he does some of those things." "Then I have 2 suggestions. 1, don't ever mention painting the bedroom again." I repeated, "Don't ever mention it again. I don't see how that's going to help," she said. 100K, you just told me that he knows that you want the bedroom painted. You don't have to tell him anymore. He already knows. The second suggestion I have is that the next time your husband does any good, give him a verbal compliment. If he takes the garbage out, say, "Dan, I want you to know that I really appreciate your taking the garbage out." Don't say, "About time you took the garbage out. The flies were going to carry it out for you." If you see him paying the electric bill, put your hand on his shoulder and say, "Dan, I really appreciate your paying the electric bill. I hear there are husbands who don't do that. I want you to know how much I appreciate it." Or, "Elle really appreciated you the kids off my hands when I had to finish that project." The livery time he does anything good, give him a verbal compliment. "Elle, don't see how that's going to get the bedroom painted." I said, "You asked for my advice. You have it. It's free." She wasn't very happy with me when she left. 3 weeks later, however, she came back to my office and said, "It worked." She had learned that verbal compliments are far greater motivators than nagging words. I am not suggesting verbal flattery in order to get your spouse to do something you want. The object of love is not getting something you want but doing something for the well-being of the one you love. It is a fact, however, that when we receive affirming words we are far more likely to be motivated to reciprocate and do something our spouse desires. Let's discuss these words. Encouraging words. Giving verbal compliments is only one way to express words of affirmation to your spouse. Another dialect is encouraging words. The word encourage means to inspire courage. All of us have areas in which we feel insecure. We lack courage, and that lack of courage of 10 hinders us from accomplishing the positive things that we would like to do. The latent potential within your spouse in his or her areas of insecurity may await your raging words. Allison had always liked to write. Late in her college career, she took a few courses in journalism. She quickly realized that her excitement about writing exceeded her interest in history, which had been her academic jour. It was too late to change majors, but after college and especially before the first baby, she wrote several articles. She submitted one article to a magazine, but when she received a rejection slip, she never had the courage to submit another. Now that the children were older and she had more time to contemplate, Allison was again writing. Keith, Allison's husband, Nad paid little attention to Allison's writing in the early days of their marriage. He was busy with his own vocation and caught up in the pressure of climbing the corporate ladder. In time, however, Keith had realized that life's deepest meaning is not found in accomplishments but in relationships. He had learned to give more attention to Allison and her interests. So it was quite natural one night for him to pick up one of Allison's articles and read it. When he finished, he went into the den where Allison was reading a book. I hate to interpret your listening. If you want to know more about these words, click below the description link and subscribe to my channel. Good luck.